Good afternoon, my silly monkeys. Are you ready for IPC class today? I hope so. So let's start, as always, with the date. What day is today? Today is Monday. Very good. Monday. Monday. Excellent. What month is it today? January, February, March. Very good. Monday, March. What number? So in Chinese, it's 3. In English, it's 30. Monday, March 30th. And what year? 2020. Let's review it. It is Monday, March 30th, 2020. Now, last week was technology, right? We learned about tools and we learned instruments. Can you guess what this week is? It's not science. It's not art. It's music. Music. So this week we will learn about music, but mostly drums from all over the world. From Africa, from China, from small countries called Trinidad and Tobago, and some that were made in the USA. Well, all over the world. So we are going to have fun learning about music this week. No singing. Are you excited? Are you ready to go? I hope so. So now let's begin with our PowerPoint and learn our vocabulary for today. Are you ready? Okay, let's go.
Okay, my lovelies, as I've said before, this is our music week, music task. So can you try that? Music. Go ahead, try that. Music. Do you remember what music means? Music is what we learned about last week. There's a beat. Then there's a rhythm. Then there's a rhythm. Boom, boom. Then there's a rhythm. So we are going to learn about music this week and new instruments from around the world. And this is week 6 of our unit, Look and Listen. Look and listen. Remember, you can see me and you can hear me. You can look at me and you can listen to me. Okay, today we are going to need our pencil, our eraser, and our worksheet or notebook, okay? We will need these things today. This is what we're going to need. It's very important you have these, okay? Let's go on to our first slide. So the first instrument we will learn about today is the African drum. Let's try reading this word. African. Go ahead, try that. African. These drums are from a place called Africa. Tomorrow we will learn a lot about Africa. So let's try this word. African. African. can. So African. African. Try that. African. 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 Very good. African drum. Go ahead, try that. African drum. Very good. And remember, if it is iga, if it's one, we say drum. But if it's more than one, if it's 2, 3, or more, we say drums. Try that. Drums. So drum, drums. So we say African drum, African drum, African drums, African drums. So let's play a game where Miss Liz says the word, and you either touch the drums or drum, okay? So Miss Liz will say it, and you have to touch it. African drums. African drums. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. African drums. We said the S. Very good. Okay, you ready? Let's try again. African drums. African drums. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Aha, I got you. I said the S again. African drums. Okay? Silly Miss Liz. Now I will use a sentence. Okay? I can play an African drum. I can play an African drum. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drum. Miss Liz said 1. African drum. I can play an African drum. Very good. Okay, let's try last one. Are we ready? She can play African drums. She can play African drums. Very good. Oops, I forgot to count down. Silly Miss Liz. African drums. Okay, so let's read our next sentence, shall we? Silly Miss Liz. So what's this word? I can beat. Kind of like B-E-E-T. Beat. You know this word. Drum. I can beat a drum. I can beat a drum. Good. Very good. I can beat a drum. Fantastic. Okay, how about this one? I can beat an African. Try that. African drum. I can beat an African drum. I can beat an African drum. Very good, my love. So let's reread this one last time, all of this. And then let's go watch a video about African drums. Would you like to see a video? Okay, let's go. So what's this? African drum. Go ahead. African drum. African drums. African drums. Very good. I can beat a drum. I can beat a drum. I can beat a drum. Very good. Now something more difficult. I can beat an African drum. 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 Very good. Now let's watch a video about African drums. They are going to do a performance. They will perform. That means to put on a show. Let's watch. So my loves, I'm going to stop that there, which is really, really cool, right? But could you hear the beat? Dun 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 dun. That was the beat, and when every other noise was the rhythm. Do you think you could try and keep the beat? Ready? Ba 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Very good, everyone. So now you've seen some African music. We will learn more about African drums and African music tomorrow. Ready? Let's move on to our next drum set. So I wonder if you know this word. If something comes from China, it is Chinese. Very good, lovelies. So this word is called Chinese. This word is Chinese. Go ahead, try and say that. Chinese. Very good. One more time. Chinese. Go ahead, try it. Chinese drum. Very good. Chinese drum. Chinese drum. So if it's one, it is iga, it's drum, right? But if it's more than one, it is drums. Excellent. Good job. Let's erase all this. So let's practice our new words that we have here. And then we will try it, our sentences. So it's Chinese drum. Chinese drum. What's the word for this Chinese drum? Do you remember? Miss Liz does not quite remember the word, but we will learn the word for this drum this week. Yes. So let's say Chinese drum. Chinese drum. Very good. Okay, how about this one? Chinese drums. Chinese drums. Very good. So, okay, Miss Liz is going to say a sentence, and you have to tell me if it's iga or lianga, if it's Chinese drum or Chinese drums. Miss Liz would like to play the Chinese drum. The Chinese drum. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chinese drum. Iga. Very good. Okay, let's try this one. I think my students can play the Chinese drums. Chinese drums. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chinese drums. Very good. Okay, let's try this sentence. Ready? I can beat. I can beat a Chinese drum. I can beat a Chinese drum. Can you play a Chinese drum? I can't. So let's try that one more time. I can beat. So try it all together. I can beat a Chinese drum. I can beat a Chinese drum. I can beat a Chinese drum. So my loves, have you seen Chinese drums play? Miss Liz has seen some Chinese drums play. So let's watch a video of a performance of Chinese drums, okay? And then let's move on. Are you ready? Let's go.
Hello.
Okay, my loves, I'm going to stop the video there. Now, are these big drums or small drums? These are big Chinese drums. This week, we will learn about big Chinese drums and small Chinese drums. So, let's go on our next type of drums. Oh, well, these are also used in China, yes? And in music. Let's try this word. Ready? Gong. So we know ng is ng. Gong. Try that. Gong. Gongs. Gong. Gongs. Very good. So our gong and our gongs, they come from China. And this week we will learn more about gongs. Let's practice our sentence. I can beat. I can beat the gong. The gong. I can beat the gong. Go ahead, try it. I can beat the gong. I can beat the gong. Very good. So gongs is more than one. Gong is eager. So let's try the sentence one last time. I can beat the gong. So now we are going to watch another song, another video, but with a different type of music. Not this one. This one we're going to learn is called a steel drum. Try that. Steel drum. Steel drum. That is eager. But if we have more than one, it's steel drums. Very good. So these drums come from a very small country. Very, very tiny, tiny country. But they make a big sound. So try it with me. Steel drum. Steel drum. Steel drums. Steel drums. Okay, good job. I can beat a steel drum. A steel drum. I can beat a steel drum. I can beat a steel drum. Very good. Try it one more time very quick. I can beat a steel drum. Go ahead, try it. I can beat a steel drum. Very good, my loves. So let's watch a video of people playing the steel drums. Are you ready? This is called a steel band because every one of these instruments are made out of steel. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, I'm going to stop it there, my loves. So, those are three of major sounds that we've learned. We learned the African drums, we've learned the Chinese drums, and we've learned the steel drums. Which one do you like? I like all of them. But let's pick one we really, really like and learn more about them. Our last drum is actually a computer. Our electric drum set is a computer. And when we hit it, it makes sounds like it should. So our first one we have is electric drum. Go ahead, try that. Electric drum. Go ahead, try electric drum. Very good. Electric drum set. Because today there's all multiple ones, but they're all together. Okay? So electric drum set. Electric drum set. Very good. Let's try this. I can beat an electric drum. I can beat an electric drum. One more time. I can beat an electric drum. I can beat an electric drum. Very good, my loves. So let's go back and look at all the words we've done today and let's practice them, okay? The first one we've learned today is, what is this? African drum. African drum. I can beat a drum. I can beat a drum. I can beat an African drum. I can beat an African drum. Very good. African drum. We're going to skip the video. How about this one? Chinese drum. Chinese drum. I can beat a Chinese drum. Also Chinese drums. I can beat a Chinese drum. I can beat a Chinese drum. Very good. We're going to skip the video. Okay, how about this one? Gong. Gong. Gongs. Gongs. I can beat the gong. I can beat the gong. Try that one more time. I can beat the gong. I can beat the gong. Very good, everyone. Okay, let's try this one. Ready? Steel drum. Steel drum. Steel drum. Steel drum. Steel drums. Steel drums. Steel drums. Steel drums. I can beat a steel drum. I can beat a steel drum. Very good. I can beat a steel drum. I can beat a steel drum. Okay, let's go to our last one. Electric drum. Electric drum. Electric drum set. Electric drum set. I can beat an electric drum. I can beat an electric drum. Okay, my loves, we're going to stop there and we'll look at Miss Liz to say bye-bye.
So, my silly monkeys, we learned today about the vocabulary of this week. Tomorrow, we will learn about African drums. Wednesday, we will learn about Chinese drums. And Thursday, we will learn about electric drums and steel drums. And Friday will be review. Remember that I love you and to stay healthy. Okay? Bye-bye.